Okay, it's time to start. Hello everyone, I'm Kyungmo Cho from Korea. I'm working in a university. This is my last session in IDS, so I feel very comfort and I'm very glad to meet you in here. When we're doing crustal composite restoration, we make wall after matrix and fill box area 2 or 3 layers and make a concept shape and fill other area. We call it incremental layering or incremental fillings. We are doing this kind of technique to reduce the polymerization shrinkage stress, also make a shape. So conventional composite can be sculpted, but it is a very time-consuming procedure. And also, composite easily stick to the instruments, so sometimes it makes hard to fill the cavity. So we use the tapping motion, not a packing motion, to fill the cavity. And sometimes also we use a brush to make a shape and refine the margin. And also we are doing minimally invasive restoration technique, remove only callous lesions to preserve tooth structure. So as a result, the very small and narrow cavity will be made. So it can make sometimes a void or poor adaptation at the bottom of the cavity. So we need composite with high flowability to flow or to spread into narrow cavity space. The first article about composite restoration was published in 1968, almost 57 years of history. And the flowable composite resin was produced around 28 years ago. The structure of a composite resin is the fillers, inorganic fillers in the organic matrix. Organic matrix, resin matrix, get hardened during polymerization and hold the fillers, and the fillers act as a mechanical part or coloring part. Flowable composites reduce the filler volumes to make a floor. So the hybrid composite is similar with the dough for bread, and conventional flowable is similar to the mixture for pancake. The reduced volume of the fillers making the decrease of the good properties, such as a decrease of strength and increase of polymerization shrinkage. The character of a first generation of flowable composite, as you can see here, they has a lower filler percent and lower compressive strength compared to conventional hybrid composite. And the next generation also showed the same result. They showed the lower compressive strength compared to conventional hybrid composite. So we used flowable composite resin in small cavity or less stress-bearing area. But about 2 months ago, I tested several flowable composites with the conventional hybrid composite. In the result, these two flowable composites, named injectable, show the similar strength comparable to hybrid composite. In some flowable composite or other composite resin, we can see the main problem, but newer generation of a flowable composite is re-engineered as an alternative to conventional hybrid composite. So they are comparable. They have comparable physical properties to hybrid composite resin, and they still flow. The representative flowable composite in the kind of is the injectable. They not ooze like this, they can stack up and make a shape during the injection. Also, they have a comparable physical strength to the hybrid composite resin. During the manufacturing composite resin, we use silane coupling agent to make bind between filler and resin matrix. By using silane coupling agent, we enhance the mechanical properties. In some composites, they also use a silane, but the fillers in the kind of a composite get together, agglomerated, not spread. And also, they cannot put much fillers into the matrix. But nowadays, by using the advanced hydrophobic cutting techniques, AH technologies, we can enhance the mechanical properties and make a smooth surface by even dispersion of ultra nano filler. And also, it makes that special character of hold the position or hold the shape, but they flow and sometimes when you need. Now Spident introducing very new flowable composites. Name is EsFlow PLUS Series. PLUS Series has 4 different flowable composite resins in the same shape syringe, but different colors. There are 9 colors in plus and injectable, and there is 1 color for the bulk fill and core material. The plus series has a very high strength. As you can see here, they has a very high compressive and flexural strength. It is comparable to the conventional hybrid composite. So they are strong enough to replace conventional composite. Shrinkage can make many problems after restoration. So it is better to have a lower shrinkage ratio. The plus series has a lower shrinkage ratio compared to other flowable composites. Plus series has a very good special isotropic property. They can stack up and make a shape during the injection like this, and you can make it flow when you need just a sweeping instrument to the composite. And we're gonna feel during the hands-on course. In some flowable resins, they keep ooze or keep float. In spite of I stopped the pushing plunger, but AH's technology makes the either viscosity to easily separate the material from the tip, and also it eliminates any material overflow. You stop the pushing plunger, it stops the flow. It is very good character. Also, the Plus has a very new syringe and tip system. In new tips, they don't make a bubble, so you cannot see inside of the flowable composite. Also, this tip has very long, but also easily bend. So they called it elephant nose tips. So you can reach to the very deep area of the distal part of a posterior tooth. It is very good properties. And also, this Plus series has a new syringe. This syringe has a very wide plate and plunger, so you can make it hold tight, and you can put big pressure to it, but you don't have to give a big pressure. The Plus series will be extruded very easily when you pushing the plunger. And here is a buckle fill and core material. These two material focuses on the light curing ability, so a little bit transparent compared to injectable or plus. The buckle fill is more flowable compared to this. As you can see, this photo, this is more flowable compared to injectable. So you can use bulk fill in the very deep and narrow space. Also, you can use large volume of the bottom of the cavity by one incremental fillings. Core light curing is very outstanding light curing core flowable resin. When we use minimally invasive restoration, the same is in the size of endodontic cavity. Nowadays, the size of endodontic cavity is decreasing. So, in this kind of case, it will be better to use a dual cure core because of light cannot go to this area, but cavity is open, it's okay. We can use light core material, but in this kind of case, we have to use a dual cure material. But tip of dual cure material is very wide and short, so it cannot reach to the deep side of the canal. So in this kind of case, bulk fill and then an injectable or coil has a very slender tips and very long, so you can reach to the deep area of the root canal, so you can fill this area, and you can use the core or injectable in here. This is my case. I use bulk fill to the very deep area of orifice, and then makes 2 layers of coil light curing. Coil light curing can polymerize over 4 millimeters. So, if you use conventional composite, light curing composite resin to fill this area, you have to use composite resin 4 or 5 layers, but it can cure over 4 millimeters. So, it is okay just to apply 2 layers of a light curing coil. In this case, I also use the bulk fill to the deep area of a root canal and make a fill to the other area to finish with the injectable. I did endodontic treatment for 3 incisors and make a fill using bulk fill to the root canal, and I used core light curing to the lateral incisor. As you can see in here, I apply the coil, but it does not flow other side. It hold the shape, hold their position. I make a build-up core using the coil light curing and do crown preparation. And this is the final crown. And fill injectable to this central incisor because I will not go make a crown for these tools. Just a fill with the injectable. Coil light curing has a very high compressive strength compared to other core material, and the curing depth is very high, 4.3 millimeters, and the shrinkage ratio is lower compared to other core material. This is very outstanding, good core material. Now, Plus Series has many options that you can apply to many clinical situations, so I will show my clinical results in here. It is a flowable, so still it is best in the small cavity. So I did use to the lingual cavity. The final result is very good. And I did use to occlusal attrition. It is very highly stress-bearing area, but I applied it, but still remained very well. In these premolar cases, you can see the very good color matches in there. So you can see the very good result in the premolars. Many clinicians use the flowable composite to restore cervical region. Same to me. I made cervical restorations in here. This patient has a very big caries in here, so I remove the gingiva and fill the injectable to these tails. A3 colors for lateral incisor and CB color, cervical color to canine. You can see the very good filling and color matching in these tails. This patient's gingiva is recessed, and so root surface is exposed and then have caries on there. So I remove it I apply cervical color to root area and apply A3 color to the enamel area. You can see the best result in there. This patient also has a very big caries on here and also proximal caries and labial caries. I remove all the caries. I use injectable to restore these tears. Only one color, A3 color. Very good result, you can see. Polished surface is very shine. You can see the very good result in here. I apply the injectable to the distal area of this tooth and the mesial area of this tooth to close the space. You can see the best color matching and shape, and shining surface. This is not my case, but in prosthodontic area, you can use injectables or other flowables to fill the implant hole and make a crown repair, porcelain repair. Okay, this is my last slide. And do you have any questions? If you don't have a question, we will go directly to the hands-on course. Please keep your seat.